The guys from X Factor standing by. It's so exciting in here, and with good reason. Let's have a look at our Bankwest Telethon tally. $18,452,818. We've never been anywhere near a total like this before. Well done, WA. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, and I'd like to acknowledge the very special people that have joined me out here on the panel, our closing panel, the chairman of 7 West Media, Mr. Kerry Stokes, the managing director of Channel 7 Perth, Mario Dorazio, my colleagues from 7 News here in Perth, Rick Arden and Susanna Carr, of course, and Jonathan Karapetis, the director of the Telethon Institute. Please make them all welcome, ladies and gentlemen, all very special people in their own right. Well, as I'm sure you've realised, we are almost at the end of Telethon 2013, and in just a few moments we will be revealing our final total. But already I think it's worth acknowledging the major telethon milestones that we have already reached in this broadcast. Earlier tonight, when we passed $16 million, it made our grand total raised in the 45 years of telethon in excess of $150 million. And as I just mentioned, our current total of $18.5 million is a new telethon record. So a phenomenal effort to all of you. We say a very, very big thank you. Some more thank yous, obviously. These shows don't just happen, and of course, we've had some wonderful 7 Network stars fly across to Perth again this year, some of whom have already returned home, like the crew from Sunrise. But thank you to all of you for giving up your weekend to support Telethon. To the team from Home and Away, A Place to Call Home, the morning shows, Saturday Disney, and winners and losers, including a young man by the name of Damien Bodie, who we found out had a very, very special hidden talent.
India, Pakistan, Burma, Afghanistan, Thailand, Nepal, Bhutan, Cambodia, Malaysia, Bangladesh, Asia, China, Korea, Japan, Mongolia, Laos, Tibet, Indonesia, the Philippine Islands, Taiwan, Sri Lanka, New Guinea, Sumatra, New Zealand, and Borneo and Vietnam. Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland, Gambia, Guinea.
How good was that? Damien Bodie, everybody, rapping the 200 and something countries of the world. Damien on fire, taking his own photos. To our great mates Jim Wilson and Chris Barth from 7 News and Sunday Night, to Melissa Doyle, to Molly Meldrum, to Bryn Edelston, John Deeks, and not forgetting our old mates George Huvardis and Rob Palmer. To all of you, thank you. Just another night for George Huvardis. It wouldn't be Telethon if he didn't take his shirt off or dress up as a girl. And as you would have seen, of course, we're now calling him the $2 million man as well. Rob and George, another brilliant effort. To all of you who made the trip over, thank you for your contribution to Telethon 2013. And to all of the artists who have entertained us over the last 26 hours, Tina Arena, Reese Maston, Omar Dean, JTR, Nathaniel, The Collective, Samantha Jade, the list goes on, and all of our other entertainers from around the country and our local entertainers from around WA. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your weekend with us. Let's hear it for our fabulous Telethon entertainers. We certainly couldn't have done it without them, and I know that the studio audience here at the Perth Convention and Exhibition Centre has been treated to some of the best entertainment anywhere in the world, let alone Australia. Of course, they all have to get here, and to our new airline partner, on board for the very first time at Telethon 2013, to Virgin Australia, who have flown almost 50 performers and entertainers over, a very big thank you and welcome. Thank you, Virgin Australia. Of course, Channel 7 is delighted to be your home of Telethon, but it's also telecast into every home in Western Australia through our partner GWN7. They are as committed as we are to this important cause, and we couldn't do it, of course, without them or Chris Mills. And again, Millsy, please accept our thanks for everything GWN7 have done over this wonderful weekend. Good on you, Millsy. And behind the scenes, well, there are over 400 people who make this show come together. Thanks to all of you for making it happen. And a special thanks from me to all of my co-hosts over the 26-hour marathon, to Koshi, to Natalie Barr, to Mark Beretta, Jamie McCanty, Jeff Parry, Barra, of course, Angela's son, our great mate Gibbo, Monica Koss, Tina Altieri, Chris Barth, Susanna and Rick, and to our friends from 7 News and Today Tonight, both teams who have manned the panel, manned the phone room and handled many of our Czech presentations. You're all amazing, and we say a massive thank you. Well done, guys. And I mentioned him just then. I've seen already on Twitter with the hashtag Telethon7 tag, he's already claiming he's the man who just gave away $2 million on live television. Gibbo, well done with our In It to Win It yet again. Well done, Gibbo. Well done, George and Rob. And as I mentioned just a little earlier, our thanks again to Barry Felstead and, of course, the fabulous Crown Casino here in Perth. And by our reckoning, $2 million is the single biggest donation from one person, company or association in the 46-year history of Telethon. Thank you, Crown Perth. So now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please join with me in welcoming the Managing Director of Channel 7 Perth, our boss, Mr. Mario D'Orazio.
Thanks, Basil. Thanks for that. And let me add that Channel 7 also thanks the wonderful people of Western Australia. Can I say how fantastic it's been to be part of Telethon number 46? Yes, we're 46 years old and we're only 4 years away from the big 5-0. Basil's very happy about that because Telethon will always be older than him. We keep saying this about Telethon here at Channel 7, and we mean it. Telethon is the single most important thing we do at Channel 7. We do it because the families of Western Australia want it, and the kids of Western Australia need it. The children of this wonderful state need our time and our talent and our money to help stop the pain and suffering caused by so many diseases. As we've told you many times, this weekend, that very important money goes to many, many beneficiaries, not the least of which is the Telethon Institute for Child Health Research. If anybody's going to beat childhood diseases, it's that Telethon Institute. Jonathan and his team there are super smart and they work around the clock to save the lives of our children. And the most wonderful thing about Telethon is that supporting these outstanding scientists are Australia's finest entertainers, singers, dancers, actors, musos, magicians from all over the world. They come to Perth because they know how important Telethon is, and they know that the work done here at Princess Margaret and the Institute will help kids all over the world, not just in Perth. My message to all of those performers who've made the journey to our beautiful city: Perth loves you, the kids of Western Australia love you, and we want you all back. Telethon. As Baz told you, Telethon is a massive operation, and we rely on volunteers and professionals alike to make it happen. Steve Mummery's the General Manager at Telethon at Channel 7, and he's a bloke who never sleeps. His staff, Danny, Adriana, Lauren, Sadie, they make it happen all day, every day of the year. The people behind the scenes here at the PCEC are led by Chris Ford, and all of them do a lot of banging and hacking and slashing to turn the PCEC into this incredible, vibrant hub for 26 hours. Inside the engine room at Channel 7, Melissa Bowen and her team of Jill, Janine, Helen, Rebecca and Sharon, they shout about Telethon from the highest trees in Western Australia. Now, there are also a whole bunch of people who spend the entire weekend while you're watching, enjoying yourselves, they're in the dark. They're in the control room, the producers, the directors, the wranglers, who literally bring you the pictures that you're watching now. They're led by Sharon Duplex, Gloria Fryer, Steve Courtley, who's switching this right now. The whole production team, they're amazing. At this moment, they're all fired up on coffee, but they're looking forward to getting some sleep. Give them a big hand. And one more. There's one more special mention of a very special bloke. You know, they say that television is 50% pictures and 50% sound. And the best sound is the sound of music. We've been really lucky here at Telethon to have the most amazing bloke as our musical director since heaven knows when. His name is Ken Walther, and I'm sad to say this will be Kenny's last Telethon. Now, you probably don't know it. You may not have seen much of Kenny, but you've heard a lot of him over the past 40 years. Can we see Ken right now? Let's get his mug on the telly. Hey, hi, Ken. Let me tell you how Ken has been in your life. Okay, here's an interesting fact about Ken. If the Dockers had won the grand final a couple of weeks ago, Ken Walther would have been the first bloke in history to have 2 original songs sung by the winners. Ken wrote the Eagles theme and he wrote the Dockers theme. Amazing stuff. Bad luck about the Dockers this year, Ken. There's always next year. Ken's written 7 songs for Telethon and he shared the stage with the biggest names in showbiz. Celine Dion, Stevie Wonder, you name it. We've got a little video of Ken. Ken, you're going to cringe when you see this, but we think the people of WA should see it. Kenny Walther. Ken, as a songwriter, a jingle writer, a muso and musical director, you are the best. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. The kids of Western Australia, thank you for your love and your support and for your amazing talent. Kenny Walther, well done, mate. You are a legend of Telethon. All right. Now, it's customary at this point that we also thank a lot of really wonderful business leaders in Western Australia. Take a look at this.
It takes a lot of people to make Telethon work.
We want to say a very big thank you to all our friends
For saying,
I can. To the home of Telethon, the Perth Convention and Exhibition Centre, thanks again.
Telstra, we couldn't do it without you.
Thanks, Perth Expo Hire. Your creativity is amazing.
And we're really happy about having Bank West on board. Happy 365.
I'm nice in film at the moment. Thank you. To the Sunday Times, thanks for all your support.
And AV Partners in Clifton, you make it happen.
To all our friends at the
To our new friends at Virgin Australia, thanks for getting all our guests here on time.
To all our friends at the West Australian, thanks for everything.
And for making parking so easy, thanks City of Perth.
Thanks, Ridges.
For always looking after our special interstate and overseas visitors.
And thanks, Pendare, for making the phone room look so sharp. thanks to everybody right across WA.
You're all